Hello everyone, my name is Heather Autumn and welcome to my channel. Today outside is gorgeous. I have all of my windows open. There's not a cloud in the sky. It's perfectly blue. I think it's 75 degrees, but there's a nice light wind, so it's not too cold and it's not too hot. It's just the most ideal weather and I couldn't be happier. This morning I even went for a walk and took some pictures and it was just really beautiful outside. So I'm gonna match that good vibe by showing you how to make a slow cooker Mexican street corn chowder. If you've ever had Mexican street corn, it's amazing. It has like cotija cheese and some sort of like spicy mayo mixture that usually goes on top, and it's delicious. And I've made this soup before and it's perfect for summer, and I can't wait to show you how to mix it. And the nice part about this too is that it is a slow cooker recipe. So it's one of those things that you can literally just make and just forget, and then dinner is ready. So with that, let's get started. So I'm gonna show you the ingredients, but if you're one of those people that likes to see it all written out so you can follow along, be sure to check the description below because I will have a link to my blog and that will have all of your ingredients and all the instructions on how to make this. Also, before I forget, by the time you're watching this, I'm already back, but I want to let you know that I am going camping and I would love to take you guys along. So if you haven't subscribed yet, I definitely recommend it because I think that's going to be a multi-episode video. So I can't wait to go. I have all of my like tent stuff packed. Anyway, back to the recipe. Here's the ingredients. All right, so for this soup, you're going to need the following. You'll need 1 can of chipotle peppers in adobo. There you go. This is the brand I always get. The next thing you'll need is 5 to 6 ears of corn to shuck. And I'm gonna show you how to use a bundt pan to get that done quick and easy without a lot of mess. The next thing you'll need is 3 cups of chicken broth. Next, you'll want 1 yellow onion chopped. You'll want 1 small red bell pepper chopped. You'll want 3 cloves of minced garlic. Now, I use this. You can feel free to use fresh if that's your thing, but I am lazy and I like it pre-chopped. So this is the brand I get, and it's like a ½ teaspoon equals 1 clove. So if you're looking to save time, that's the route I would go. Next is 2 russet potatoes, and you're gonna peel these and chop them. The next thing you're gonna want is 2 teaspoons of this ancho chili powder. I think that's how it's pronounced anyway. But that's gonna bring a real smokiness to this whole soup and really help it kind of just become like that nice street corn kind of flavor. The next thing that you'll want is 2 teaspoons of this ground cumin, followed by 1 teaspoon of dried oregano. Next, you'll want salt and pepper. You'll want a cup of heavy cream. You'll want 3 tablespoons of flour. Next, you'll want 6 slices of bacon, cooked and chopped. Make sure this is regular bacon and not the Applewood smoked bacon because that could affect your flavors. And next, you have cotija cheese. This is a mild but kind of salty cheese. It's found in a lot of Mexican dishes. It's delicious. But if for whatever reason you can't find that, then feta cheese will work just as well. Now for toppings, which we can add later, you can use cilantro, you can have green onions or jalapenos. Of course, more cotija, bacon, or sour cream never hurts. And also avocados. All right, so I'm gonna prep these items and then I'm gonna show you how to assemble them in the slow cooker and we'll get dinner started. Okay, so the first thing you wanna get started is the bacon. All right, so now that we have our bacon done, I'm gonna show you how to cut the corn on the cob in a nice, easy way that doesn't leave a lot of mess. Okay, so the first thing you wanna do is take your corn on the cob and put it in that hole, and then just slide the blade of your knife down, cutting as you go. And you're all done, and you have all of your corn on the edges. All right, so now that we have all of our ingredients prepped for the most part, I'm gonna go and add 1 cup of corn, 1 cup of the chicken broth, and these chilies and adobo sauce. And I'm gonna use my immersion blender to blend it all up. Also, I got this recipe mixed up with a different recipe, thinking that I was going to be pureeing it later, and so that's why a lot of these items are cut pretty thick. That was a mistake. So what you want to do is just chop all of your vegetables into bite-sized like soup pieces. To correct this issue, I'm gonna have to use my immersion blender again later in the cooking process just to make sure that these are in a proper bite-sized piece, but yeah, don't do what I did. All right, so now that we have everything chopped and pureed and ready to go, I'm gonna add it all to my slow cooker except for the cotija, the heavy cream, the bacon, and the flour. And then I'm gonna set the timer for 4 hours, which should bring us a little late in the evening, but it should be okay. I started this a little late, so I'm gonna start loading up this slow cooker. All right, so the first thing we wanna do is add that pureed corn and adobo, chilies, and 1 cup of the chicken broth, followed by the rest of the corn. Next, we'll be adding 2 more cups of the chicken broth, considering 1 just went in with the puree. Next, we'll be adding our onion and potatoes, as well as our red bell pepper, and the equivalent of 3 minced garlic cloves. Next up is our ancho chili powder, our cumin, and our dried oregano. Those are just gonna go right on top. And we're gonna add some salt and pepper to taste. We're gonna give that a quick little mix to make sure it's all kind of even, just like that. And we're gonna cover and set it for 4 hours on high. So while that cooks, I'm gonna tackle some chores and I'll be back to see you in 4 hours. All right, so the sun is starting to set. It's 4 hours later. So we're going to add our heavy cream and our flour. We're gonna whisk that until it's smooth. And then we're gonna add that along with our bacon and our cotija cheese. And we're gonna put it back into the slow cooker and let it kind of just warm up for anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, so you can see here, I left some chunks, but I definitely ran my immersion blender through this to make it a little bit more soft. And now what I'm gonna do is add my milk with flour into the mix, or rather that's my heavy cream with flour. And then I'm gonna add my bacon to that as well, all crumbled. And lastly, we will add our 1 cup of cotija cheese. So we're gonna mix that all through it. All right, so our soup is done. I hope you like how it looks. I'm not the best at garnishing. Yeah, it's really, really good. Now is the time to try it. Now I've had this before, so I know what to expect, but I will try it again just for you. So soup with a little bit of sour cream. That could not taste more like Mexican street food. Like, it is so creamy. You get the heat from the peppers we used and all the seasonings. It's a little chunky, which I kind of like because it's kind of like biting into a corn on the cob kind of thing. With the toppings and the cotija, I can just taste everything really, really well. So if you're looking for kind of a soup, but something also that complements the summertime, this is not only easy to put together, you can kind of set it and forget it, and it's a lot of fun. So it's evening time. I'm gonna go enjoy this, but like I said, I'm gonna be going camping, or rather I've already been camping, and now you're gonna be able to see the footage. So be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That way you can keep up to date with all the things I do. I release every weekend, usually. Sometimes I'm a little late, but not always. So let me know if you try this and tell me what you think. And with that, I hope you have a great weekend or rest of your day if you're watching this during the week, and I will see you next weekend. All right, bye.